Hello, hello. Welcome and or welcome back. I'm Firefly and or Blackberry Ghost, and today and for the past few months, I have been working on a Metroidvania platformer called Herbalist. If you remember from the last devlog, then we have a very large problem to face. So I'm not going to waste any more time doing an intro or talking about what we're going to do this time. Let's just go right into it. So here's the situation. The box collider has betrayed us. It has been eloping with the walls instead of eloping with the rigid body and stuff like it's supposed to. And you see, this is happening. You're not supposed to be able to wall jump there. However, the box collider is clipping into it and thus is doing bad things because that's going to completely ruin the game. Okay, so the situation is as follows, Box Collider. You have been charged with clipping into walls, which is something that you're not supposed to be doing, and it's completely ruining the flow of the game. Anything to say for yourself? What? You're you're not to blame? That doesn't really make sense. Wait, so then who is to blame? I mean, that is fair. Google, how about you look up how to stop wall clipping box collider? Oh. 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 That's very helpful. Uh you know what? Okay. Box collider, I'm actually very sorry for assuming it was you. Um you can probably understand why I did, but hopefully that's okay. What we really need is the rigid body. So you see, Google here has given us a happy little Unity help article that says we should turn on a random parameter within you. Let's do that. This has worked out perfectly. Okay, so apparently all we need to do is flick collision detection from discrete to continuous. My hedge, gosh, this actually works. Oh, yes. Yes, finally! Finally being not finally. Uh, we didn't have to do anything fancy with repeat loops or anything. We just now have an amazing, functional, completely functional collision engine. Oh, wait. You know what this means? Oh my gosh. Okay, guess what, everyone? Our collision engine in Unity is actually good. I'm mind blown. I did something right in Unity. I'm so glad. I thought this collision engine was trash, actually. So now I can share it with you guys. And if you guys want to do the same thing, apparently it's actually a really good collision engine that I wrote. I'm good at Unity.
Hello, everyone. I haven't recorded in a while, but a lot of things have changed. First of all, you can actually now collect the first ability in the game, the Bounce Dive, or, as I call it now, the Zephyr Dive, since I thought I'd actually give it a proper name. Once you collect said dive, you not only gain the ability to bounce on enemies, but also on certain other things, such as these flowers. This will obviously lend itself for some nice platforming, as well as having platforms and such that can't actually attack you when you try to bounce on them. Finally, we have this really annoying last level, which combines some shooting with some, well, bouncing. But I'm honestly thinking about putting a shortcut in the beginning of this level, because quite clearly it's infuriating to do. So perhaps if there was a lever here or something that you could flick, then there would be a shortcut that opens that allows you to skip all that parkour, which isn't hard for me because of the few times that I've done it, but might be harder for you. Finally, we also have this room. Nothing's in it, but eventually there'll be a boss here. A pretty easy one, the first boss in the game, but still looking forward to seeing you guys play it. On the topic of the shortcut, I think I'll get to that now. It seems like a pretty invaluable thing to have, and also it'll help pave the way for other things that I should do in the future, like saving enemies that have died between rooms. So, I'll see you when I'm done with that. So, once you make it up to the top right here, you have this thing. It looks kind of like the fire catchers that you've been hitting to make yourself new platforms, except it's got some swirly blue and stuff around it. This also corresponds to the blue vines, and if you hit it, you've got some new bouncy flowers that have opened. Also, if we leave the scene and then re-enter it, the flowers are still there. So this has actually laid the framework for enemies and things like that having their health saved between rooms. So if you destroy an enemy, then you come back to the room a moment later, it'll actually be dead and not still there, which is something that I'm not going to do yet, but I'm pretty close to doing, so I can just pop in at any time and do it whenever I want. In case you were wondering about this, there was one thing that I did omit showing you, which is this. I never actually showed you how the pickup for the movement ability is actually picked up. This is so anticlimactic, and we're fixing this next episode. Goodbye, everyone!